Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Franchise Tag. Today, I'm joined by Houston Texans defensive end Dayo Odeleye. How are we doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Just finished practice over here. Jump practice with Miami Dolphins. Yeah, that was good. So um, yeah, just trying to wind down after practice.
And how's practice been going? Because you mentioned you're with the Dolphins at the moment, but obviously we're only a few weeks into pre-season at this point. How's training been going?
Oh yeah, training camp's going very good. Learning a lot of new stuff from the coaches and the players. So I'm always looking to improve. Always looking to build on last week, the last day. And for me, I just have a mindset of I'm quite new to the sport, so I'm trying to pick up as much knowledge from the guys as possible.
And it's not only for yourself, obviously, your second year in the league. You've also got a new head coach and a new defensive coach this year. How are you finding learning from those guys with DeMeco Ryan and Matt Burks, for example, who are both very well-respected coaches in the league?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a entirely new system over here. New personnel, new coaches, new emphasis. Um, hoping to build on what we had last year in the defensive room. We still have some of the same players as we did last year. We still have the same defensive line coach. So there's still some continuation from last year, but just entirely new scheme. DeMeco, it brings fresh energy to the team, new energy, very infectious. Really hoping we can build on that this year.
And obviously, it's an interesting time at the Texans camp because this draft, I think it was safe to say the Texans made a bit of a splash this year with taking the second and the third pick in the draft and drafting CJ and Will Anderson. How much of an impact have those guys had in training so far?
Oh yeah, it's been immense. I think both those picks, kind of shows the mindset and the mentality of the team. We're trying to do something right now. And both players, obviously I'm more familiar with Will, and I can say, from a first person point of view, he's been very, very disruptive. He's one of those players that plays in the backfield. And we've seen great things in our training camp, and hopefully we can translate to Sundays. And just CJ, he's a young guy learning the game. But one thing about him, he's got the talent. He's definitely got he's definitely got the arm. He's got the talent to play this game. And just like with all quarterbacks, just have to put them in situations in situations where it's going to be similar to on Sunday, and I'm sure he'll thrive.
And obviously, you are in your next new season coming up this year. What do you think you've learned from year one to year two?
The main thing for me is just trying to train my body to move how I wanted to. Having made the jump from playing in Germany or playing in England, then playing in Germany, then playing in America, then come to the NFL. It's a big jump physically. Like I ask the coaches, ask a lot of things to my body that just movements that I've never been used to, I've never been exposed to. So that's the biggest thing for me. Just trying to get my body, to be as fluid and as flexible as possible.
And obviously, for yourself, you're one of the international pathway players. So I'm just curious to kind of go back there a little bit, how that opportunity came about for yourself.
Yeah, so it was when I went up to university. One of the coaches, he knew one of the scouts on the international pathway program, and around the time where they were looking to recruit new players, he recommended me. I got in touch with the scouts. I had some meetings, met up with them in real life, did some tests, and yeah, it really was time when I went to Loughborough University.
And obviously, Loughborough is obviously home of now the NFL Academy, where there's a lot more players, a lot more opportunity for guys to maybe go to college instead of trying to go straight to the NFL. How important do you think it is to have this pathway from places like Europe, Africa, around the world to enable players to be able to get an opportunity into the NFL?
Yeah, it's very important, just like I said, I'm having to train my body, to do things that's never been exposed to while I'm in the league. And, it will be a very, very beneficial if you could do those things while you're out of the league, and then when you're in the league, it's not such an uphill battle. I wish I had opportunities like that when I was younger, and I'm sure the kids that are there now, they'll be taking full advantage of that. Just coaching, being exposed to the game at such a young age, it can only be a good thing.
And how much of inspiration do you take from other players who are regulars in the league now, such as from the international pathway, such as Efe Obada, Jordan Mailata, Jermaine Illuminor, for example, just name a few? How much inspiration do players like that give you to show that it is possible for players to make it in this sport?
Yeah, it's huge inspirations, It kind of gives you that mindset that, if you keep working harder, if you keep going, keep taking on the coaching, keep on preparing, the opportunities are going to be there. And it's just up to you to take these opportunities. Those guys that you mentioned, they've had their very great careers, and I'm sure it's something like if you spoke to them, they'll be wanting the younger guys, to even build on that, to even do more, because it can only be good for the sports, not just individually, but also for people back on trying to grow the sports in England. If they can see more people getting to the league and doing great things, that's just more exposure, which is going to widen the opportunities for players.
And what I'd like to do at this point is go right back to begin. So how did young Dayo get into American football in the first place? What was your inspiration to get involved?
I started watching it. I think this was around when I was between the age, I think I was like about 17, just before I went to university. I started watching the sport, and then when I went up to university, I tried out for a different bunch of sports. Tried out for rugby, for football, for American football, athletics, basketball. I just wanted to try something new. I chose to push forward with American football. It was just something I did on the side. I was also doing a mechanical engineering degree, and it was just something I did on the side. I didn't want to do anything to take anything that would take up too much of my time. And American football was fun enough, was new enough that it interested me. And then it wasn't until my second year playing when the pathway program approached me that I saw, this could actually be a career, and that's when I really started to take it more seriously.
And when you found out you were going to quite an iconic footballing state and an iconic footballing city in Houston, how did that feel when you found that out?
I mean, it was great. Making it into the NFL itself from England is tough. Making it to a team such as Houston was amazing. And it's been as advertised. It's very intense, physical, and also the one thing I like about Houston is just not football, away from football, just it's a community city. It's a very diverse place. They've got any type of entertainment, any type of food you're after. You can. It's only about a 5-minute drive away. So the people are great as well, very very welcoming. So are the coaches and the players. I can't say enough about them, but they've really helped speed up the process.
So what can the fans expect from Houston this season?
We're a young team. We know we've got pride. We're going to be a physical team. Very play at a very high level, high intensity. That's how we've been through training camp. That's how Coach Ryan wants us to play. We're gonna our saying is we're gonna swarm to the we're gonna make the ball go where we want to go, and then once the ball gets there, we're gonna swarm to the ball and make sure we attack the ball as well. And offensively, I can't say it's too much just because I'm not on that side of the ball, but it looks like they're trying new things, some things I have never seen before, some things that's going to take the league by storm. With the players we have, and the coach staff we have, the sky's the limit. So it's going to be a very interesting year. It's definitely time to get on the bandwagon.
Perfect. And thank you very much for your time today, Dayo. That's been absolutely, truly appreciated. Good luck for this season. Looking forward to seeing your development in the league. And thank you for everyone for listening at home. We'll be back soon with another very special guest.